Today we'll start to examine the special type of cell division, the process of meiosis, and its role in sexual reproduction. This will help us understand why offspring resemble their parents without being identical to them. Previously, we learned how DNA is copied accurately and passed on through mitosis so that body cells can remain genetically identical. Today, we're going to see that meiosis has almost the opposite goal. Instead of making identical cells, meiosis intentionally shuffles genetic information to create diversity. Let's look at what we're trying to accomplish today. First, you'll learn why sexual reproduction requires meiosis. Second, you'll be able to distinguish between germline cells and somatic cells. Asexual reproduction requires only one parent. The offspring are essentially genetically identical to the parent because they are produced by mitosis rather than meiosis. This is actually a very efficient strategy. You don't have to spend energy to finding a mate. Every individual can reproduce, and population sizes can increase rapidly. Many organisms reproduce this way. Bacteria and many protists reproduce through binary fission. Hydras reproduce by budding. Many plants spread by runners. Some lizards and insects can even reproduce without fertilization. Sexual reproduction requires two parents. That requires time and energy to be spent finding a mate. Specialized reproductive cells require extra energy to be spent. And only half of the population actually produce offspring. From an efficiency standpoint, sexual reproduction seems terrible. So here's the question. If asexual reproduction is faster and easier, and there's potential for every individual in the population to reproduce, why do so many organisms undergo sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction comes with a trade-off. Yeah, it's more expensive from a time and resource point of view, but the benefits outweigh the costs. Every offspring resulting from sexual reproduction receives a unique combination of genes. No two siblings are genetically identical unless they are identical twins. Nature rarely follows simple rules. Some organisms switch between sexual and asexual reproduction depending on the environmental conditions. Aphids can asexually reproduce when conditions are stable, but sexually reproduce when conditions are unstable. To explain the prevalence of sexual reproduction, evolutionary biologists have come up with the Red Queen hypothesis. The name comes from Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. The Red Queen tells Alice, "It takes all the running you can do to stay in the same place." What does that mean biologically? Imagine predators. As prey evolve better defenses, predators evolve better hunting strategies. The prey evolve better escape mechanisms. Then the predators evolve again. Every species is constantly adapting simply to keep up with the organisms around it. Sexual reproduction accelerates evolution because it continually produces new genetic combinations. Instead of waiting for random mutations, populations reshuffle existing genes every generation. The Red Queen hypothesis suggests that one of the major reasons sex evolved is because organisms are constantly engaged in evolutionary arms races with parasites, pathogens, predators, and competitors. This unit is full of vocabulary words that sound similar but have important differences. So let's have a look at some of these. Ploidy refers to the number of complete sets of chromosomes in a cell. Humans are diploid. That means our body cells contain two complete sets of chromosomes. One set of 23 chromosomes came from biological mom. The other set of 23 chromosomes came from biological dad. Altogether, humans have 46 chromosomes arranged as 23 homologous pairs. Now let's compare that to gametes. Gametes are haploid. They contain only one copy of each chromosome. In humans, that means 23 chromosomes. A human egg has 23 chromosomes, and a human sperm has 23 chromosomes. When the sperm and egg combine during fertilization, they restore the diploid number. 23 plus 23 equals 46. If human gametes contained 46 chromosomes instead of 23, how many chromosomes would the next generation have? 92. And the next generation would have 184, then 368, and so on. The chromosome number would double every generation. Without a mechanism to cut the chromosome number in half before sexual reproduction, humans would have over 47,000 chromosomes in just 10 generations. Meiosis is not simply another form of cell division. Its primary purpose is to reduce the chromosome number by half before fertilization. Let's compare the two major categories of cells. Somatic cells make up nearly every tissue in your body. These cells divide by mitosis for growth and repair. Germline cells are located in the ovaries of biological females and the testes of biological males. These cells undergo meiosis to produce gametes. One easy way to remember this is mitosis makes more body cells, more toes, and meiosis makes sex cells. Oh! Meiosis is the cell division process that creates gametes. The fusion of gametes in sexual reproduction is called fertilization. And this is the first of 3 sources of genetic variation we are going to see during the process of sexual reproduction. Spoiler, the other 2 occur during meiosis. As we'll see, each gamete is going to have a unique combination of genes. The random fusing of a random egg and a random sperm is going to create a novel gene combination that is extremely unlikely to ever be repeated again, even with the same parents. Unless you're an identical twin, you share, on average, only 50% of your DNA with a full sibling and only 25% with a half sibling.